This is Ex-Con Mike from After Prison Advice, and in this video we are debunking prison myths.
4 to be exact.
Stick around to the end because some may surprise you, and the last myth is my favorite. There are a lot of myths out there about prison, and today we'll clear up some of them. Number 1. Your life is over when you go to prison. When you go to prison, you receive a felony, yes. And yes, for the rest of your life, you'll have restrictions on where you can live, what kind of job you can have, whether you can vote, or whether you can own a firearm. And I'll put a link in the description for answers on gun rights. Yes, it's true that you'll face all these things, but the reality is there are places that hire felons even if they don't pay well. I started as a dishwasher making minimum wage, and then I got a better job after a year of work experience, or a work history, because I had no work history. I served 13 years in prison, and I had a big blank spot. I had to use my prison jobs. So you got to take a job sometimes to get a better job. Come over here. If you Google jobs that hire felons 2021 like I did, you'll come up to a page like this, hirefelons.org. And they have all kinds of like jobs to careers, no background check jobs, stay-at-home jobs, forklift operator jobs. Those are easy. Forklift operator jobs. Everything that you do is slow and deliberate. It's very easy to do a forklift. It pays more than minimum wage. Like grocery stores, it lists all the grocery stores. Like right here, Costco. Base salary for most locations is $14 an hour. That's more than minimum wage in a lot of places. You know, you got hotels, you got restaurants. Restaurants are minimum wage, but they're a good place to start and get some kind of work experience. Food production, healthcare. I mean, there's manufacturing. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. Here's top highest paying jobs for felons. I Googled what that would be. They're talking about welders. Welders, it's a skilled job. You make a lot of money. Electrician. This is heating and air conditioning. They make a lot of money too. Carpentry. The military. I couldn't join the military because of a prior drug case, but you might be different. Oil field jobs. I worked in the geothermal fields and an oil field once. It's very good money. It's very hard work. Long days. Usually like 12-hour days. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. But it's very good money. If you do it for a short period of time like I did, you can stack some money quick. Truck drivers, marketing jobs, own your own business. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do. They even have small business grants. Not necessarily specifically for us, but we can also take advantage of them. And I'm going to put all these links in the description so you can look yourself. This is smallbusiness.crone.com, and they've got all these different things that they're telling us about. Anyways, when you go to prison, your hopefully criminal activity stops, but not your life. If you've got an out date, you're going to get out someday, and then you just got to prepare for that. Myth number 2, low-level prisons are safe. I started my time at 21 years old and went to level 4. I saw a lot of stabbings and people getting beat with locks and jumped by a group of people, but I never saw a murder. Very serious injuries, but nobody died. Low-level prisoners face lower levels of violence, but violence does happen, and when it does occur, it can be serious. A young guy got stabbed to death in a camp I was in right before I came home. It was the first murder that had happened in a prison I was at in all my 13 years. He got involved with things that didn't concern him and made the mistake of thinking a fight is only a fight. And that was in a so-called camp, a country club, Camp Candyland, a place where most people are almost home within 4 years, and some even work outside the gates. You are not safe until you come home, and maybe not even then, depending on what you get involved in when you get on the streets. It's best to stay out of the drama, especially when you are close to the door. Myth number 3. A prisoner is going to kill some heinous criminal because of his crime. That's false. Most prisoners, even violent ones, have an out date. And most prisoners, even the ones who have nobody on the streets and nothing to come home to, still want to come home. To expect a stranger, whether they've turned their life around or not, to kill or harm some other prisoner to right some cosmic wrong is wrong, and it's unfair. What exactly does society want from its prisoners? To change their behavior and thinking and come home and not be a criminal? Or to do some Dexter murder rampage and give their life and freedom for society's causes? Because I'm reminded of the man who killed Jeffrey Dahmer and the fact that he caught another case for his good deed. If a notorious criminal is killed in prison, unless it was paid for, or a victim's relative or friend did it, it was personal to the person who killed them. It wasn't for his past, it was for what he did inside, or at least it should be. My advice to those going in is that you only have one name on your ID card. Don't let others to convince you to do some dummy mission bullshit.
And now my favorite, myth number 4. All prisoners on PENPAL sites are out to scam people. I was 8.5 years into my sentence when my future wife found me on a PENPAL site, this one right here, writeaprisoner.com. And we've been married going on 12 years so far. We started writing when I was around 4 years from the door, just writing letters back and forth with the travel time because she lived in another country. It took like a month in between letters, so we get like one letter a month. For a minute we had phone calls, but that was really expensive and they stopped it relatively quick. I had one visit and then I got out and we got married when I was on parole. And we met right here on writeaprisoner.com, so thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you're a fellow felon and you like my channel, support my hustle by liking and subscribing. If you're a non-felon, buy my book. My author name is Hex the Helpful Ex-Con. You can find me on Amazon. I'm reasonably priced. Hopefully you don't need it. Stay safe and stay free.